with this Lord with air, considering that RRQ he's walking barefoot and a sword, right? Because you're walking without shoes going up against a Yu Zong. So that sprint needs to be perfectly timed.
Now it's time for RRQ to pull off close thing to a miracle, because right now they don't have any wave clear whatsoever. But Naomi is gonna try to flank anyone in the back line. Concealed play coming in.
They don't care about the side waves. Evolved Lord charging into the mid lane. That's Siege coming down. Fairsight gonna be knocked up. Immortality taken out. Banana in the back. Look at him with a petrify, but doesn't connect. He knows he's able to escape right now. It's a penalty zone. Zone bam and Nana away. Sending him over to decimation. Clay flickers out. Naomi gets out as well. Now the real world manipulation of Clay. Gets Chung Lao. Another defensive real world manipulation. But oh, their king.
Accurate party is on load right now as Alter Ego. What a comeback from 10k down, man. Oh, Lord.
The comeback is just different. Take a look at the scenes right now. Game 1, RRQ. They weren't able to end the game. Alter Ego, they defended 3 lures, I think. And all they need was just one to end the game. This is why Aerith El Nino, I still give him credit. Great positioning, great decision making. Sure, a lot of mistakes, especially we're talking about the Banana comes in with the Black Dragon form towards that late game. He is not there. It was Banana running back to his team.
Dominates in the early game, then RRQ or another team comes back. But Alter Ego, their passive was turned 180. They lose the early game, they'll make that one straight push comeback.
It's the power of the family, man. Family values in Alter Ego. The last time they matched up against the King Slayers, right now they're going against the actual King and getting the first game. Oh, one more game, they're actually gonna win out against
$10,000 gold lead. But then, I think you're right.
Team fights, especially in the mid game, when you get that power spike, is horrible in the sieges. And the sieges were just not it for RRQ. They were able to get the base turrets, but every time there was a team fight in the base, it never worked out for them because Alter Ego simply just had more range, more AoE, and better wave clear.
Completely, dude. Player of the game by Samsung Galaxy S23 series here, 5G. Sheffin Udil.
The Kage who turned to darkness.
To turn to darkness, 7-8 on the KDA. GPM doesn't really matter whatsoever. Kill participation though, 94%. This guy's all over the place with a very, very offensive build here. No defensive items, minus that Winter Truncheon for safety measures. But that Festival of Blood, man. I think there's gonna be a lot of people in ranks gonna replicate this, and it's not gonna work for them because this is Udil only. Remember, this is the guy that invented Feather of Heaven on Harith.
Exactly, and with that, right, I mean, the Spell Vamp, it seems like it worked. And let's not forget, he built Enchanted Talisman for cooldown reduction as well. Plus, he adds it with an Inspire, 5% cooldown reduction. So you can imagine it accumulates to a good amount of cooldown reduction that he has. So he basically can, I think, only, what, 10 seconds of cooldown for the real world manipulation, and he can spam again, spam it again, spam it again.
I think it's more, cooldown reduction is definitely more important than damage itself, because I think against a Skylar, against a carry, it's more of a how many times you can pop off that real world manipulation and give off slow effect towards the backline of RRQ rather than bursting down first Skylar itself.
We're talking about cooldown, we're talking about damage. Udil says none of the above. Nope. Sustainability, that Festival of Blood gave him so much survivability in the game. And could that be the new normal for Eve?
I think he's just mad here.
There's a thin line between genius and madness. And He's threading between those lines right now.
That's why it's alter ego, man. It's his other personality coming into play. This original Udil, the Onyx Udil.
OG.
Yeah, OG Udil, the spicy boy.
Looking at his performance, he was more than spicy. He defended very well, but he knows when to just maintain that pressure. Let's go. Go in. First sick taken out with the Lord. And then suddenly, the map that was red suddenly turns to blue. It's all because of the mad in here, ladies and gentlemen.
And also gotta give credit to Nino as well, man. He's using sprint against Banana with Petrify. Blackjack and Form every time. It's definitely the biggest threat towards his safety. But the longer the game goes, that damage from Blackjack and Form is gonna be neutralized by that sustainability from that Husk Claws. He's not even going for Wind of Nature. He's actually going for that Rose Gold Meteor. Makes sense against Valentina, against Clay. I think in late game, if Valentina goes in with a Flicker and gets one combo towards Nino, it's bye-bye. That's why Rose Gold Meteor.
I mean, let's not forget that RRQ has the right idea, right? I mean, Irithel is vulnerable going up against a Yu Zhong who can, well, any marksman in general is quite vulnerable going up against a Yu Zhong, but smart itemization here. Rose Gold has Claws, which adds more layers to Irithel that was very quite vulnerable in the early and mid. Late game, Yu Zhong Black Dragon form, suddenly, yo, what the heck happened? I'm half HP, I'm quarter HP while in dragon form, and that is not a good sign. And after that, Banana could not really utilize this Yu Zhong as an engage tool, and we saw how it just differs. RRQ, after a controlling early to mid, even the late. Take a look at Clay stat, by the way, 10-9.
Doesn't matter.
That is, yeah, that doesn't matter. Because Alter Ego, they managed to stay composed and they managed to find the right mistakes and punish it.
You can have all the great KDS as you want, but the one stat that matters is how many Ws you can make in this season. You can see there are 3 totals, 3 lords for RRQ. They've been pummeling on Alter Ego's defense, turrets, even not leaving any single inhibitor turret on Alter Ego's sides, but once Alter Ego got something for themselves, just a single lord that just, you know, beneath the mask, I'm gonna unveil it, it's my personality, I'm gonna...
RQ dominating this game through Clay and Skylar's damage, through Fair6's frontline presence. With Alter Ego, they made the adjustments. I think that's what we need to highlight here. Sully Boy, like you said, on the Martis, you fall off, and that's why he built old tank. He didn't go for a MILF. He didn't go for a Hunter Strike into a BOD. He went straight from a Molten Essence to clear, and then swapping it in for all the tanky items.
And I think that is one approach that can be implemented by you guys at home. If you want to build Martis, you don't need to go overkill and build all full damage. Sure, it can work, but if you're on a high tier, I think this can also be an alternative. Considering alternative, dude.
Alternative.
Alter Ego.
Alter Ego. Oh, right, alternative. But again, Alter Ego, game 1 done and dusted. But job's not done. They need to secure one more game to really put RRQ back into their place.
Yeah,
what do you have to say about that?
No, let's move on. Let's move on, man. I think the composition, I was, you know, hoping for more of a dominant Alter Ego game because I just really didn't like the carry, but Skylar played that quite well. In the end, like, the composition, it's what matters the most. It's always the draft that always matters. It's like 60% of the game decided just as the draft started. That's it.
I think the drafts as well. I mean, heck with the drafts, man. The way that they were able to play, it just felt like they were able to buy the right items at the right time and buy the right trade. That's why.
Wait, what's getting...
No need to...
Sagittarius Irithel, you can get that on Bleebly. Skill on, the skin should also be on, so you can play with more confidence. Use Bleebly to purchase game vouchers and top up more efficiently with a 10% cashback. 10% cashback. That's a lot actually. And right now we have an event going on that Edith and Xavier skin. Very, very cute, man. Very, very cute. It's like Hayao Miyazaki's movie.
The Xavier as well?
Yeah. Do you know who Hayao Miyazaki is?
I'm sorry. I don't.
I think
I'm not a
Arashi
cultured
knows.
individual like you and Arashi.
I'm in the Arashi setup, but I can't tell. I don't know.
It's inspired by him.
Oh, there you go. Well, RQ's performance there was definitely inspired by their coaches, right? I mean, the guys who were strategizing behind the scenes. And let's talk about that. How did they lose from a 10,000 gold lead?
I think it's just the composition falling off. That's it, man. Like, especially the threat from the Black Dragon form. In early game level 4, you can pummel the Irithel all you want, but once Irithel gets that Half Claws and also Rose Gold Meteor, the threat is kind of non-existent. Even when you got a full combo of Petrified towards Irithel, there's still a lot of covers, there's still a lot of damage coming at you, and that's why you can kite away quite easily. Oh, speaking of kiting away, I'm getting kited here.
Are you speechless right now? Okay, we have to cover here, Miracle, all right? Because the hair cam here.
Enjoy the show, Sheffin.
Enjoy the show, indeed. Head and Shoulders here by, of course, Head and Shoulders. We'll provide you the hair cam here. Take a look at the hair. I'm jelly.
It's almost as good as Tigreal's hair.
Oh, yeah.
It's something you can definitely try to replicate with the Tigreal edition of Head and Shoulders. Now, speaking of Head and Shoulders, both these teams will need to use their head to strategize and their shoulders to work in the game to get that performance that they have strategized in the back.
Use that shoulders to give more of a physical game for RRQ. That's Alter Ego's plan right here. You can see the unity, the family values that Alter Ego holds over the years of MPL Indonesia. This is one of the most consistent team in terms of team building and roster. We have not seen a lot of changes from Alter Ego. And you know what? Fair to them.
Don't forget Wrecked.
Don't forget Rex.
That's one.
He's also a family member.
I think it was a video for Alter Ego on YouTube. And it was a kind of like, they were in that circular kind of group. And Codelwin, the CEO or president of Alter Ego, gave them such a heartwarming speech after the 0-5 loss streak. He still trusted his players fully, 100%, and it goes to show this is why they're always able to come back in the seasons. The trust and the bond that they have internally, even while they trust each other that much.
Coach, the CEO knows that they've done it. In season 11, they're one of the worst team in MPL Indonesia season 11 in the first half season, but second half they turned it around. Who's that?
Speaking of CEOs, that's RQ's CEO. That's Mr. AP.
Is he Arashi's father?
Is he Arashi's? Is that your question?
Yeah.
Is he Arashi's father? We'll leave it to Mr. AP. Maybe he can clarify for us on social media if he is indeed Arashi's father. That's a very, very funny assumption, Gotti.
I think that's a fact, dude.
Oh. What's your basis? What's your evidence?
Arashi's a kingdom, dude.
Arashi is an RQ fan. Well, diversity.
Diversity. Oh, speaking of diversity, the merch from Alter Ego, man, like this is fire.
You like
got the
it?
this what are these called, Miracle? I'm not really.
This is a denim jacket. I think this one is the Sir Pai edition, exclusive. I want to mention that this is because this is the exclusive one because I actually got it. Gotta flex on you guys, but I think Sully Boy's been flexing on all of us. We don't look at Kyrie. Kyrie, we don't stop. Don't look at Kyrie. That is just unfair, okay? This stat should just be. How do you get 100%? That's on both. How the heck?
I have no idea.
Dominance.
Oh my God, Kyrie, you are a monster, bro.
Beautiful monster, mind you.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Connie is blushy crushy right now.
I mean, can't blame him,
Yeah,
right, Sheffin?
yeah. I'm feeling the heat too. With Color is gonna play in the second match. The drafting phase though, this is where it all decides.
Geek Fam sitting on the red side twice and winning to win the first game of the series. Alter Ego. They were the first pick.
They've swapped sides.
They swap sides now. So
Same game plan though.
yeah, the second pick pattern was broken.
Ooh. Remember what I said, Joy Fanny always banned by RRQ, whether it be on the red side or blue side. It's always banned out. They hate blonde characters.
Oh wow. But Cassius have the option to ban the Kadita, knowing that the other pair with other pickup heroes like Kaja maybe or Franco maybe is that Kadita. And Kadita on clay is absolute menace.
It actually is, right? Again, Alter Ego now, what will they go for here? Apart from the Valentina, what's a good alternative if they really want to leave the Kadita open? I think they could and just ban the Fredrin. But no, it's going to be the Kadita here. So, first pick options, I'm looking at Valentina. Irithel?
If they don't pick it here,
yeah.
it's going to be picked up by Alter Ego. So, it's either now or never. You're never going to get that Irithel if you don't pick it now.
But I think you have to understand, Mirko, Alter Ego has been using Irithel for the most part of the second half of the season. They know Irithel to the bone. They know how to counter it, especially Nino on laning phase. I don't think he's going to have any trouble whatsoever winning out in that gold lane. And the whole Alter Ego just knows.
Oh, maybe, right? I mean,
Paquito for Pisang?
seeing Nino's performance from game one as well, I think it can create a PTSD for RQ.
Let's go.
There you go.
Oh.
The Irithel
wow.
first pick will come into play again for this time our RQ Alter Ego though. What will they respond with?
I think it may be the Yves. Or the Valentina or Yves here. I think looking at Udil's performance, Yves would be a bit better going up against the Irithel here to try to lock him down.
Paquito was banned in the first game. Now Paquito.
Paquito and Pai, or Pai and Paquito. I'm thinking this season has he played it? Maybe it's not really his power hero, but it's gonna be Taritzla and Valentina. So that Valentina pick, interesting because Yves has been performing. I mean, Udil has been performing so much on this Yves. But Valentina brings up a more flexibility and variety to approach the engages, especially with RRQ right now. They have to craft a draft where Valentina will not get much power from their own ultimates.
That's quite tricky though, right? I mean, you want some sort of a CC in your composition, but going up against a Valentina, they might take it away. Here, hero that can be picked up.
Edith again?
It has to be a pick for Clay, Yves, and Paquito. There you go.
Okay, it looks like RQ is the one who's picking these two heroes. Also a very standard first phase for RRQ outside of that Irithel, which is pretty much a forced pick for Skylar, knowing that outside of Irithel, he's not really, you know, having the best performances in MPL Indonesia Season 12.
Now it gets really risky for Alter Ego, right? Because if they don't pick up the Brody here, then they will be pretty susceptible to RRQ banning out a lot of these heroes that do well against that Irithel.
Assassin, I think, is it an option? Assassin here.
But that is an option to go for if you're Alter Ego. Do you want to go for something like a Hayabusa here, who does well against the Yves, and also not bad against the Irithel, especially in the early game?
wow.
No, the answer is the Martis.
Again.
Why? I don't really see why is this such a prio hero for Sully Boy here, considering you're up against a Yves and also an Irithel, which kites quite well against Martis. Like, what's the plan?
I mean, it adds a lot of layers, right? It has a lot of layers. The anti-CC, it has true damage. If you build tank, it still hurts. So I think objectively, Martis is still a prio, especially if we're talking about Sully Boy here. Second phase. Yeah, I think they should and would ban Naomi again now.
It's definitely an option to take for Coach Cassius here, considering no roamer has been picked for RRQ. It's going to be target ban towards Versik, and I'm sensing a Bashia ban through from Cassius because Versik on Bashia is probably the best Baksha user in MPL Indonesia. Would you guys agree with that?
Probably. Looking at the performances so far, he's only ever lost against an Alpha, I believe. Where's Nino? Maybe the Brody comes in here. Maybe they even go for something like a Harith ban. Again, it isn't something we have seen Nino.
Okay. No Novaria here, it seems like. They do not want to add more burst range in the composition of Alter Ego that can hurt Erythel in the long run. But there you go. The Baksha ban does come through here in the second ban. It actually somehow asking for a second question. Oh.
What hero are they hovering to?
I smell a
Marksman ban?
Minotaur.
This is a hero that does on phase 2 for Alter Ego, as they already picked up an Erythel. So it is another good matchup into the Erythel that Alter Ego may be thinking to pick up. They already have a Martis and a Terizla. Good physical damage in their composition.
I think going for a gold lane pick here is better for Alter Ego. Just hide your cards for that roaming area, because it's pretty obvious, right? Which option will you go for in that golden area? But meanwhile, in terms of roaming, you still have a lot of surprises to be bringing out, especially after RRQ picking out those two last heroes for Coach Isaiah.
It's gonna be the whoa. Okay, 50% win rate here, picked up 4 times, so that's twice now. Clint has won every game, but then again, you're right. If RRQ here does not pick up a Diggy out of the blue, they can pick up the Atlas, which also does well, going up against Erythel with the Flicker, Fatal Links in hand. And what's best, Valentina is on Atlas's team, so he does not need to worry about the IMUs taking the ult.
I think Atlas is a bit expensive here, especially when you already have Purify on the Erythel. You get punished after that initial engage, after that Fatal Links quite easily. With that Real Inflation too, it's gonna bring much more trouble to you than it is to your opponent. But it's gonna be a Lancelot, a signature Lancelot from
one of the signature picks for Naomi, the most picked hero for Naomi from Myanmar. Alter Ego, final pick, Roamer for Rasi. We've seen the Cho, we've seen the Cho band, we've seen the Kadita, we've seen the Kadita band. Does he go back to Oh My Rasi? Season 11, Diggy, Estes, Florin.
I prefer Grok or Minotaur here, just to counter the dive from Kufra.
Minotaur would be so good here for Alter Ego.
Against a Paquito, against a Lancelot, against a Kufra, those are 2 dives of very solid dives. The only thing to consider is that poke damage coming in from Yip, but excuse me, it's gonna be Edith on Arashi. So still on the Edith, very, very confident.
Oh, it's gonna be Edith here, last pick. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, looking at the situation, it seems like both teams, they want to find the early game and snowball from there. Martis, Lancelot, early game oriented. But that Kufra here, I think, needs to stand out, needs to step up here, meaning that he needs to connect his rage and revenge most of the time in this game. If not, I don't think that he can be relevant in this game.
For Naomi, actually picking his targets, because so far out of all the heroes from RRQ, I've only seen one proper engage from Naomi, and it's a very hit or miss hero against a lot of knockups from Alter Ego Esports in that penalty zone. Also Martis and also Edith, it's gonna be hard for you to pop off, but outside of that, you have to rely on a lot of micro from Banana. We're gonna see here how it will fare on the draft has been set, and the stage also has been set for Alter Ego versus
try to do what they did in leg number 1, but RRQ will try their best to look for revenge and maybe equalize first.
Let's see here. First Sig somehow takes you back to season 7 where he dominated the Lancelot multiple times on his rookie year, or rookie season rather.
And right now, he's no longer the baby tiger that Evos had. Right now, he's the crown prince of RQ's kingdom title. Very, very aggressive.
Earth Shatter Flicker, forcing play to flicker out. Naomi with a defensive Tyrant's Revenge. Knocking Rasi up. just to disengage.
You can see the confidence that Nino has here, right? Going up against Kufra, going up against Banana, he will rock the flicker. So, you know what? I don't care if I get caught with the Revenge and Rage. At least I am able to flicker out of the way. Going up against the Real World Manipulation and Lancelot possibly, at least Nino has that extra blink. So now, Skylar with the sprint though. Very similar style that Nino is bringing in game one.
So he has to remember, man, the only escape option available for Ryan. Oh, Rossi didn't get it.
Rose gets down and even gets the gold buff. Well played by Thursik. Keeps the retribution as well, so he will be able to contest for the turtle that's spawning in 10.
Yeah, back to my point earlier, Skylar with a sprint is definitely vulnerable to that penalty zone combo, so he has to save the ult just for that moment where Pi goes in with a flicker, and that is, I think, one of the ways to go for RRQ to ensure that Skylar is having a good time in a team fight.
Indeed, indeed. And now we can see here both roamers clearing mid, trying to, as soon as possible, be level 4 to give an impact. But Udil, he has that real world revelation.
Banana able to escape for now. Tries to rejoin the team fight right now. The penalty zone will be used to secure this turtle for Sellyboy. Good
Skylar's area with the ult as well, but Naomi right now, reading the movement from Naomi really, really well right now. Wow.
And Alter Ego are doing the same. Look, the mirroring or maybe
he was trying to cross, but Skylar was there in time to provide vision. Endless battle though for Nino. That's true damage.
that's quick. 4 minutes in.
Okay, so far it's a stalemate. Very, very slow game. 4 minutes, no kills whatsoever. But Gani, the longer the game goes, like, who do you got in this kind of composition?
A late game, I favor RRQ. Looking as that they have Lancelot, that Spike. Again, Martis falls off on the late game. And of course, if you compare the range of the Clint, can be a problem. Of course, out of Alter Ego later on.
And Pine taking very turtle.
You can definitely take the turtle, especially it's not in the vicinity whatsoever, but in late game, Gani, another thing that I want to mention is the effect of this Paquito. Compared to Terizla, solo laning ability is just heaven to earth. Paquito has the mobility, has the wave clear, also has the damage to catch people off guard. It's a full package for a late game fighter. Pretty much all of it, but compared to Alter Ego, who's gonna solo lane? There's no one. 4-1 in terms of 4-1
pinch on the Skylar. Good clear from Skylar though. If lane, Valentina versus Ferrosic. Good Terrify to cancel. Good Onward to cancel. Good Earth Shatter. And a Phantom execute. Good Onward to cancel. Good Earth Shatter. And a Phantom Execution. Now another Phantom Execution from Ferrosic, but now Sellyboy's looking for a penalty zone to lock him down. And Rossi claims for his blood. Udo running away, and he gets out. Banana unable to make him slip.
Oh, what an execution there. But take a look at RRQ. They find compensation taking the turret bottom side.
Decimation taking Naomi down. Now Clay. Sellyboy's able to move around the real world manipulation, evading from the immobility. And now RRQ are forced back. They got a turret down below. That was the trade. But Alter Ego, they found a way.
You have to keep pushing on the gas pedal. The late game, and Sellyboy is gonna force to use that full tank ability, full tank build.
Primal Wrath, giving Rossi a bit more sustainability for the penalty zone to connect onto Naomi. And Sellyboy finds the decimation. Now Skylar getting a few good shots onto Nino. Udo stealing away the RWM. Banana now walking back in. Udo taking very low, still able to dash out
2 times.
Good reset on the turtle. Alter Ego. They know they have lost the skirmish and the pressure around the turtle. They respect it.
Udil is not falling off of that slippery banana movement 2 times, man. Fancy fit from this guy. That's why he's the Kage and one of the best mid laner in Indonesia.
Oh, looking at the situation right now, Alter Ego's lead somehow equalized, right? And
Impressive here, gets a knockout strike, gets out of the Earthshatter. He's buying a lot of time. Oh, look at the moves! Banana! Beautifully done! He's made Alter Ego slip. Rossi gets out of the RWM and the Tyrant Revenge and the Rage. Now to Retribution. Pharisee gets it. Naomi caught 1 for 1. Neutral objective for a kill on the Roamer. Pharisee with the Thorn Rose, getting good damage onto Rossi. Nino shooting them down to win for RRQ. Beautiful by Banana.
Oh man, as slippery as Banana. Great escapist once again. Always, man, the Bakito users on MPL ID is just a whole different breed.
Man, and Banana showing skills. He got the turret top side as well. So that's a turtle and a turret for RRQ. Meanwhile, Alter Ego, they only punished RRQ with Naomi. So again, Alter Ego almost built a 2,000 gold lead 2 minutes ago. Now it's all equal, right? 600 gold. That's a whatever gold lead. And looking at the items here, Nino, he's on his way towards his 3rd item, Endless Battle and Berserkers in hand. He might go in for an aggressive BOD, but let's not forget Skylar. He is also on his way towards his 3rd item. Windtalker and Berserkers already in that area. So let's see here. I feel like both gold laners are ready for a fight.
Onward, Earthshatter, Naomi. The Earthshatter.
Oh, Oracle will amplify that spell vamp.
Only 1k gold lead for RRQ, but I don't think that matters at all in this kind of objective taking situation, because I believe Alter Ego, in terms of objective setup, they have a better, easier time to do it.
With a good flank penalty zone. Whoa! We're trying to take aggro from the Lord to reset it, to take it away from RQ's clutches. But that's a phantom execution. This utility build of the Lancelot, not dealing enough damage, but is able. Whoa, Udo
Oh my
getting
God.
caught, getting gunned down. Real world manipulation defensively, but it doesn't save him from the damage that's thrown into his HP bar.
And RQ right now has all the time in the world to take the turn. Oh my goodness!
Beautiful Revenge and Rage setup. Setting Boy with a Mortal Coil gets out barely with the final proc of that Mortal Coil. Meanwhile, Banana up top waiting. He spots the Edith, and that's a green light for RRQ to take this Lord for free.
It was an equal game again 2 minutes ago, but now RRQ 3,000 gold lead already in hand. Do note that Nino has yet to be taken down though. Let's do a quick item check here. Nino building his way to his 4th item, which means he's okay, but then again, the setup from Alter Ego hasn't been on point. Meanwhile, Clint, he needs to free hit. He needs a good setup to properly to deal damage. Meanwhile, on the other side, we have Kufra, we have Makito that can act as a enabler, act as initiator here. Finding the right angles with the Revenge Rage Flicker mid-side. What happening?
Whoa, that's a mistake from Clay. What? Oh. There was no follow-up there. Naomi gets a good Tyrant's Revenge and a Rage to lock Sunny Boy down, but it's Amartys. His Mortal Coil, he gets out. This Lord will be wasted for RRQ. And Alter Ego will take it. They will capitalize on it.
What's the plan there from Play? Is just overextending so much. Just no respect towards Uril, and the potential punish is there, and you need a setup. Members.
Clay cancels the conceal. Skylar gets the position to take this tier 2 for free. Alter Ego have been out-rotated.
The bluff conceal by Naomi. He popped the conceal, acting like he wants. Just munching that.
Wow. Gold might be
it's a
Nino.
switcheroo.
Yeah, gold might be Nino, but in terms of damage department, I wouldn't be surprised if Nino is in the bottom 5, because so far Nino has been non-existent in any fights whatsoever, because there's no
Back there, Clint. Left zone. When will he hit that power spike? It seems like he should have already hit that.
Interesting. Also here, it seems like it's a struggle here to see Pi on the Terizla in this particular game. But take a look at the top side. A gank might happen.
Well, that phantom execution is certainly a good one. Naomi! Beautiful Tyrant's Revenge! The lockdown and the bait! The art of deception from Fairsick to distract, and it's a free Lord to RRQ. My goodness!
Dare I say, this is like prime Fairsick playing Lancelot, because so far he hasn't been making any mistakes whatsoever. And with this utility jungler, it gives him much more room to create much more damage to tank. And against Uril, against Nino, you can't really, have to worry much. There's no lockdown whatsoever. It's free real estate.
Oh my goodness. It's looking like it's somehow similar in Game 1, but it's a slow-paced version of Game 1, where it was almost a 10,000 gold lead here at this point. In Game 1 this time, 15 minutes and 16 minutes in, it's only a 7,000 gold lead. But Alter Ego, this time, item check, last item here for Clint. What will it be is going to be a good question, BOD. Is that a little bit of an overkill? But on the other side, it's Has Claws on Wind of Nature built by Earthel.
Let's say Alter Ego should still have okay wave clear with a Clint and a Valentina with RWM. Speaking of real world manipulation, use the Purifier as well to get out of Clay's real world manipulation.
Big yikes. It seems like one base surge here is not going to be enough for RRQ. They're looking for the mid.
Penalty zone flicker combo only used up to Naomi. Sunnyboy gets chunked very low. Too low for his comfort. Forced to back away. Midwave coming down in the bottom lane as that's a turret up top. Base turret should be taken down with one more hit, and Fairsick is the one to deal the finishing blow as he uses the Phantom Execution defensively to back away. They've gotten exactly what they've sought out for.
Alter Ego is still breathing at this point, but to what point right now? 6K, 9K gold lead for RRQ, 8K actually. And Fairsick is just dominating the jungle, even though he didn't get retribution right there. Just the threat, the pseudo threat, that the fact that he's there is already a threat for Nino on all the backlines.
Better in game number 2 compared to game number 1? That's the question I need to ask. Sure, they have the better late game comp in team fights, I would say, but is it enough?
Which I feel like
they're planning to hold after this victory, but right now RRQ prolonging the game, prolonging the match, and looking to turn things around in game number 3. Fairsick though, what a performance.
Again, looking like it's going to be an all-out match. And it is. It happened. We witnessed it. It's 1-1, game 3. Oh, I love the adjustments from RRQ now in game 2. They were just more sharp here. And of course, that winning play from Naomi, the flicker, rage. Sheesh.
You know what? At this point, after the ban of Beatrix and Claude, why not just ban Earthel? That's an idea, right? Because right now you're not playing, you're not giving Earthel to your opponent, and you have to fight it out again with like a very non-meta picks in that gold lane. I think that'll be a really good show for us, for casters, for all the guys that are watching here. But I don't know about RQ and Alter Ego. Do they want to do that?
Well, again, though, it comes down. Does the team who get blue side win through that Irithel pick again? This game, though, I think we're talking about the Irithel too much, because I think the star of the show for that game was Fairsick. Retribution, Lancelot punctures, everything was amazing. And then, obviously, Banana had a very good play. Naomi had a very good final play to end the game, but ultimately
to Kingdom with this role.
Seems like 1-6 also are, you know what? Just give Fairsick Lancelot.
Yeah, where has this been? My God, he was insane on the Lancelot. I mean, moving left and right, Phantom Execution, puncture. He knows that the Phantom Execution does not deal as much damage as you would like to with the utility build, so why not just use it as a mobility tool? He's been using that to engage, and then the puncture to disengage.
Even farming.
Even farming, using it 24/7, knows it's on a very short cooldown, so
going for that penetration, because in the end, you're a dive hero, more farming speed as well.
Yeah, indeed. And to a Clint, they added Edith that last pick. That's why I expect very, very evident that Clay can just chunk you with the first kill and second skill. Especially he builds the utility, right? The wands here, I might say. The glowing one and as well as the ice queen one here. Also, he adds more defense in his kit, adding that brute force breastplate for movement speed, but also as a defensive aspect in the physical and magical defense. Take a look at Banana though, rocking the Hunter Strike and then all defensive items here with the Bloodlust Axe. Of course, Skylar here, 0 deaths, GDS, Has Claws, everything on the board here. Oh, he has gone barefoot as well. Of course, the hybrid as well, semi-hybrid, Guardian Helmet, Thunderbelt. We talked about this. Unfortunately though, the Clint here does not work. 113 BOD, Berserker, GDS, very similar build if you compare it towards the Irithel, but no endless battle of course here for side of Irithel. It's just very hard here to execute.
I have a question though, right? Especially for the... What did he go for? In here. And for Skylar, in this game, he didn't go for the GDS up until the very end. He sold his item right as he wiped out Alter Ego, and then he bought the GDS. So the GDS is not a core item for the Irithel. Why is that? Especially considering most people have been thinking, you know, GDS, Irithel makes perfect sense.
It makes perfect sense, but as Arashi said, he said it to me, and I think it's a good point. It's already a boatload of movement speed boost from Irithel. You already have your ult, you're already mobile on your own, you can hit when you're running, and also you have that sprint. So with Quantum Charge as well, it's just too much of an overkill to go for movement speed boost and that GDS.
Why don't you want more?
Because like anything that's too much is bad, Mirko.
You can't say that about money.
I can.
Grid is good, my guy.
Oh, so, okay, so more if you get, okay.
There's always a certain balance that you want to have.
Okay. So instead of that, what item would be more value? Because again, I gotta check again. What did Nino actually buy in game number 1? But keep on going.
It's Rose Gold. Rose Gold, I believe.
Rose Gold, yeah.
Rose Gold.
And I think in this case, I prefer Rose Gold as well because you have Rossi, you have Valentina with Udil too.
But no one's gonna get to you.
No, with a flicker, just a single flicker, right? Just a single Valentina combo towards Irithel. One single combo is like 75% of your damage if you don't have that magical defense item. Hence, Rose Gold Meteor is very important for this hero. But enough of that. Clay, 91% participation. Skylar, first 6. Very, very balanced, I guess. That's why. Balanced, Miracle. Anything that's too much? No.
You know what? I think I get what you mean here. It's somehow a little bit an overkill, right? If Quantum Charge, Sprint, and then the GDS. So maybe it's an overkill, maybe it's not, but it seems like it's back to preference right playstyle. Skylar here, 91% KP, alongside Fursick and Clay, shows that this time it's not the 3-0 mid rotation with Naomi, it's the 3-0 mid rotation of Skylar, Clay, and Fursick. On the other side, unfortunately, Alter Ego Esports, yeah, Hyde was not in the game with the Sirizla. Sure, flicker penalty zone, but it seems like it's not his, it's not really suit him in this particular comp.
Yeah, but on the other side, Fursick, Lancelot suits him perfectly.
Exactly.
How the heck did he out-damage Skylar on an Irithel, Clay on a Yve, on a utility Lance? This wasn't damage Lance.
Yeah, I mean, you just deal damage towards the back line, even though it's the front line. Every time, man. Fursick is just the solo threat of RRQ. And you know what? If Naomi played Rafaela or any hero in the game right now, I don't think it's gonna change. Because Fursick performed that well in that game. But that point, Connie though, that penalty zone is just non-existent, it's non-factor because Ino is using that Clint. There's no follow-up damage whatsoever. But speaking of following up, we have to follow up this match number 2 with a break. We have to, energize ourselves up.
Hydrate.
Of course, hydrate yourself if you're thirsty. Or maybe go to, if nature calls, then go for it. So stay tuned to the stream. Don't go anywhere.
terus berlari, terus ke arah puncak tertinggi. Ku takkan berhenti, hanya sampai di sini. Kemenangan abadi menanti. You know we won't miss if we unite our focus. And if you haven't noticed, we all live. Nyalakan apimu, hadapi semua tantangan, hadang semua serangan, jatuh bukan halangan. Bakar semangatmu, janganlah engkau menyerah. Kita akan buat sejarah. We all this, we won't miss. We all this, we won't miss. Saatnya beraksi, jalani ambisi. Aku kan menyawakan hari ini. You know we won't miss if we unite our focus. And if you haven't noticed, we all live. Nyalakan apimu, hadapi semua tantangan, hadang semua serangan, jatuh bukan halangan. Bakar semangatmu, janganlah engkau menyerah. Kita akan buat sejarah. We all this, we won't miss. We all this, we won't miss. We all this. Nyalakan apimu, hadapi semua tantangan, hadang semua serangan, jatuh bukan halangan. Bakar semangatmu, janganlah engkau menyerah. Kita akan buat sejarah. We all this. Aku kan berdiri dan terus berlari, terus ke arah puncak tertinggi. Ku takkan berhenti, hanya sampai di sini. Kemenangan abadi menanti. You know we won't miss if we unite our focus. And if you haven't noticed, we all live. Bukan bakar semangatmu, janganlah engkau menyerah. Kita akan buat
Rex Raccoon Keon is still looking for the revenge for numerous bitter defeats that they have been receiving from Alter Ego in playoffs in leg number 1 and also leg number 2 of MPL Indonesia season 11. You have to reply, man. At this point, you gotta win game number 3. That's it.
I mean, looking at the situation here, Mirko, it is very possible. They were able to dominate Alter Ego. Technically, both games, right? In game 1, 10,000 goal lead, but actually, they weren't sharp enough to execute and find the right openings. But in game 2, they adjusted.
They adjusted. It was calm and clean. This time, RQ were facilitated with better siege. Not better siege than Alter Ego, but better siege in game number 1, where they could actually team fight. But in the end, they didn't actually need to siege. It was a team fight that ultimately ended it all. So for Alter Ego, maybe a little bit more of an awareness towards their win conditions and drafts. To RQ, keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yeah, speaking about draft though, Connie, it seems like Irthel been, the highest stocks of RQ for Alter Ego right now, considering Beatrix and Claude is always banned.
Do you think it's that much of an impact though? Because again, game 1, who's the MVP?
No, like because Carry is non-existent in game number 1, Clint was non-existent in game number 2, and that way there's no follow-up, there's no damage from your court laner, who's supposed to deal the most damage out of all the members that you have. And that's why I think Irthel might be banned in this match. Seriously, I'm seriously considering it.
Is it that Pryo?
I don't know.
Over
Maybe.
Kadira, Joy, Fanny?
Very powerful, whereas jump can somehow escape multiple resource skill. Maybe it is Prio, but that is the coach's job, right? What do they need to do here in game 3? Twice now, game 1 and 2, Irithel first picked. Both of the teams that went first pick Irithel won the game.
So first pick Irithel is the way to go in this matchup. Maybe not yesterday against Rebellion Zion.
Yeah, no way. Absolutely no way. This is because it's Skylar. It's Skylar only. That's why I've been saying, man, like Skylar is both RQ's strength and also RQ's weakness. It's kind of like Donkey in M1, like he's only played Kaja, Chao, and Grog, and when you ban those 3 heroes, it's gonna left you with Minotaur or even Export that back then can be flexed to roaming area, but it's not that good either. We're gonna see here how will the Irthel matchup or Irthel game on this Alter Ego vs RQ will fare out.
Well, it seems like RQ, they have switched things up here with the Kadira ban second. Usually, it's the Fanny and Joy automatically, but it seems like now they might consider leaving the Joy open here to switch things up. Let's see here, Alter Ego, what will they go for here? Will they ban the Joy instead? And leaving out the Paquito, because in game 1, it was Claude, Beatrix, and Paquito banned out by Alter Ego.
Thing is for the Joy though, the Joy doesn't really get neutral objectives that well. You know, you're good in skirmishes and team fights, but in neutral objective contests, we saw yesterday, whoever picked the Joy actually lost in Rebellion versus Alter Ego. So today, let's see if it changes. Paquito ban, they respected. My God, Bananas had such a big impact in game number 2. But now it's the moment of truth. Joy, banned or no?
I don't know, man. I think a lot of people do consider Joy as one of the prio picks of MPL Indonesia in Pro Scene. Even Goni doesn't really like the Joy being prioed much in Pro Scene either. And one of the weaknesses of Joy that doesn't really get talked about enough is how terrible she is at jungling. Just not much damage compared to Bashiao or other utility jungler out there. Even compared to assassin junglers,
for clearing.
It's just pale in comparison for jungling as well.
Well, there you go. It seems like there will be no shakeup. It's the same as game 1, right? Alter Ego banning out Claude, Beatrix, and Paquito. Joy, Kadira, and Fanny banned out from side of RQ. Alter Ego, will they go for another Irithel first pick?
Now, if Irithel is picked here, I think Coach Zaya is not stupid enough to not have any plan whatsoever to counter this first pick of Irithel. So, right now from Alter Ego, I'm kind of considering to not pick the Irithel, but it looks like it's a no-brainer. It's an Irithel. So, Coach Zaya, what is your trap?
game 1. But this time better execution. No, Cho and Valentina still. The Cho can punish the Irithel. No, Yves. All right, so the Yves is the answer. And the Cho, there you go. Okay, so still the Cho. Cho can catch Irithel really easily. You can't go Purify on an Irithel.
Yeah, and there you go. With the Yves and Cho setup, it adds more range with that Yves, high ground done, and it adds crowd control in your composition, right? So a very solid first 2 heroes picked up by the Kings of Kings. Alter Ego, though, now they too can add more, you know, damage. Mortis
again, it looks like that's been the pattern for Celeborn in this game. I believe like 2 games in a row, he's on a Mortis. First game, it worked. The second game, not so much. Even in first game, you can kind of argue that it doesn't work because, you know, RQ has been dominating the game against Alter Ego. And it looks like Mortis is not going to be the prio for Alter Ego. They prioritize Hero instead in that Teritza. And also, that Valentina, the copy, that real award manipulation.
It seems like even though that Pi wasn't able to deal RRQ, last time around they picked up the Yuzong here, third pick.
A veteran or with better siege, with better execution on those pickoffs from Naomi, and also a good timing for that Black Dragon form.
And it's also just a switch of Yves and Valentina, right?
Yeah.
Here, Skylar, comment, the last time we lost against Alter Ego was due to lack of preparation. Now, we are more ready, and so far, his performance has been, quite amazing for RRQ, dominating both games in the early game, only slipping in game number 1 to a comeback from Alter Ego. Still Novaria ban.
Similar bans here, right? As game 1. It's just, you're right, the switcheroo from the Valentina and Yves. Apart that, it's just the same heroes. Alter Ego, I think they now can target the hero for Celeborn here.
Target for Celeborn, so what?
I think if they ban the Mortis though, it's... I'm not a fan of banning out the Mortis here, but against the Cho, you're right. The Mortis is a good ban to go for.
So exhaust. Okay, so it's gonna be the Brody band still going for that gold lane band, exhausting. So I expect another Harith ban. Is that in the first game too? Was that? Okay, so that happened in the first game too. I don't think it's gonna change for Coach Cassius, or maybe he knows something that we don't. Skylar might not be the best Harith player in the world, and they're confident in facing them. But so far, in terms of laning matchups, I think Harith works the best against these heroes.
Looking at the situation, there you go, Celeborn, Udio.
See? Going for the Hellcurt ban, getting their RQ. They want to pick up something like counter to be picked up by Alter Ego, and then an Alter Ego will be in a bit of a pickle. No one really to shred that Baksha. They can ban it here and solve that issue right now.
I like that approach coming from you, Mirko, and also gives a little bit more room for Skylar to actually pop off on this carry, because the better the frontliner you have. Oh, never mind that. Never mind that. I mean, in game number 1, Skylar is playing a really good game on that carry, considering how, you know, disabled he is against Alter Ego's composition. So I think this is the way to go. So what is your creative? Go for those
first. I think pick a jungler first. Whether it be the Fredrin, a Lancelot, or a Baksha, just pick a jungler. What do they...
They will prio.
Muskov works, does it not? Okay.
Yeah. It's... Oh! I think it's great, and now Clint is going to... Oh, I don't know. What do they go for?
Like, we're drawing blanks here, but I think...
No, not against the Irithel. Melissa, not against the Irithel.
Clint's the best here, no? I don't know, man.
They have to go bold with it.
So, shout out to Cassius, man, for...
Oh, I called it!
Bruno.
Okay. Huge
of the series.
Yeah, always the problem with Bruno. A lot of damage, going for the Assassin Emblem, and also Quantum Charge.
I don't know.
Oh! The Kingdom's Falcon.
Kingdom's Falcon. Oh, I like that. I like that. Looks like Skylar is not having a good time here. Already chunked up quite a low with Rossi and also Nino. Just double teaming him, but Naomi though, that's a lot of poke as well.
surely is, considering that Rossi can't heal you up, right, Naomi? HP, but looking at these spells here, it's a 3. Three flickers and Festival of Blood for Udil, but take a look at the mid side here. Poison's popped.
Already, Celebrate with a puncture. As well, Fiersic looking. Getting a double kill. It's a 2 for 2. Mid lane, traded in. Now Udil running away. Banana not able to find that Petrify as it's the Purify from Udil to get out. Sullyboy now getting Skylar looking for a few shots. Nino trying to distance himself, trying to space out. Phantom execution defensively. And Alter Ego gets out.
Oh wow, that was chaotic, man. But shout out to Nino knowing that he has to ignore the front.
Tyler for Bruno.
Makes sense.
The Kingdom's Falcon fired at bay. Meanwhile, Alter Ego. Directly back.
RQ, what they're saying, we don't care about the Lord.
In by every time he goes in, it's just miscalculate. It's just no synergy whatsoever with other Alter Ego members, and they have to do better at it. Pai is your momentum-based hero. You have to somehow ride on it.
Things are not looking good, definitely here for the 3 Uncloud Masks logo. 4,000 gold deficits, and we are officially entering the late game. Looking at the control, looking at how RRQ engage on a fight. This is how you play a Bruno. Skylar waits for Banana or even Fursic to open up, find a member, and then Skylar just free hits. Oh, Naomi misses the flicker Wave of Dragon.
Unable to find the way the Dragon though, just a flicker defensively. Big resource spend, and now despite RQ having a 4,000 gold lead, you're gonna have to respect this from Alter Ego. If Skylar gets caught just once, it might be over. He's the soul, well, not the soul damage dealer, but okay, now he has a win of nature. Now it gets even harder.
Definitely gets even harder for Skylar, and right now the Lord, Sullyboy is very determined to hold on to this Lord. Fursic has something to say.
Real world manipulation, locking him down. Penalty zone onto the back. Skylar able to maneuver around. Got a Skylar. Look at the back. Still able to cut away against Blind. He finds a kill back. The Black Dragon form used up just a peel. But look at Alter Ego. They're able to find a position to go for the Lord for free now that Fersic's been taken out. And despite it all, it's Alter Ego who win it.
There you go, there you go. The gameplay or the game plan for Alter Ego is just make a Skylar or make Pai relevant with that penalty zone, and right away in this kind of floor dance situation, Terizla shines more than Yu Zhang.
Man, oh man. Looking at the firepower here from Irital. Already full items. He's still with the shoes though. So the Malefic Roar Berserker combo, it can give the damage on towards RQ members who has Dreadnought armor or even Blade armor. Because he has that Malefic Roar, it will penetrate your armor. But let's see though, RQ, they have a huge high ground as well here. Again, Alter Ego, is this a deja vu of game 1?
Well, everything seems to be the same. Oh, petrified from Banana! Nino able to escape for a bit, but now gets eaten up by the Black Dragon. RWM coming down. Rossi taken out. A double kill for Banana.
Get a load of my dragon, says Banana. Just, oh my god. This guy's been locking Nino all over the place. That's why he's 3 of 5-2 right now. One of the unsung heroes of Alter Ego. I mean, to a Nino. He's always holding him at bay, and that is why no damage whatsoever towards Skylar.
Oh, good for Alter Ego that even though 2 members were taken out, no Lord has spawned here. So technically, sure, Alter Ego Esports to either set a pick-up fight, or if they really want to gamble, they will set up for a 5v5, which personally, I do not recommend.
For RRQ.
What you need to do for RQ, just go look for a fight here. Naomi's on already on the dot here. Flicker, Way of Dragon, all spells are up here from even all of the members, so they're ready for a fight here, but it seems like they're saving it for the Lord Dance.
They're saving it for the Lord Dance. So far, RQ is 4-1-ing with Banana being the solo laner, but Banana as a Yuzhong is very vulnerable unless he has that Black Dragon form which can get him away from any kind of danger whatsoever. Aside from that, you know, he's very vulnerable, and that ulti is very huge value, and it's one of the reasons why Nino was not able to get into the team fight and deal damage towards the preferred target. So Banana has to be very careful on clearing this lane until, I mean,
you gotta remember what Dr. Gotti prescribed to them. And right now, they need to build a line for Skylar. Alter Ego. Lord, look at Banana. This is a very, very aggressive and sneaky Banana.
Banana is unpeeled.
Oh, conceal?
Oh, conceal. No conceal just yet. Naomi gets chunked very low though. Athena passive are still active, used up. Black Dragon form. This is the moment right now as Rossi is able to disengage for a bit. Nino and Pi splitting up. Nino all alone, but he still has the one in nature. Fairsick's holding on to it. They let go. But oh, Skylar gets caught. He flickers out, but to the wrong angle. He still gets out with the help of Naomi and with nature. Sunny Boy now jumping back in with a Thorn Rose, going out with a puncture. Alter Ego have survived, but they've given over an enhanced, evolved Lord to RRQ.
A very good bluff by RRQ. What they did was they popped the Black Dragon form. They give out everything so that the members of Alter Ego rotates toward the 5 o'clock area, right? Which leaves Selly Boy in that Lord fight, Lord Pit, which he retreats with the Lord. Let's see the defense.
Udo baiting out the shield unity. Black Dragon form going to be used up right now as Frosty is in the front, getting melted down by the way of the world. Sunny Boy jumping in, zoning Skylar away, leaving him vulnerable right now as the way the Dragon connects on to Sunny Boy, but it's a 4-man penalty zone from Pi into the real world manipulation, into Sunny Boy's phantom execution, but he gets slain. Nino now looking for the damage. Skylar doing the same thing with immortality, still intact, but he gets slain by Udil.
In defense.
The damage from this backliner of Udil. One combo. It's more than enough to deal with someone that doesn't have any magic defense whatsoever. That is why, aside from immortality, you have to buy that Course Gold Meteor for Bruno, especially when you don't have any healer, where you don't have any kind of disengage. Oh, it's already been used. Okay, never mind.
Look at that. Engaged, that re-engaged. See, Gani. Oh wait, there's a fight! What's going on? That's slain by Naomi! RRQ, they found 2, and it's the carries from Alter Ego. It's over, is it not?
Oh my
How do you
goodness.
defend this?
It's do or die for RRQ right now as the Wind Talker started being bought by Skylar for more extra damage towards the turret.
Oh, Fairsick, shield unity once again, Tortoise and Puissance. Pi needs to hold it here, he buys a Twilight Armor, jumps in, Skylar able to dash out right now, Sunny Boy jumps in again. That's a Minion Fury defensively, Minion Waves, not cleared up just yet, there's one, Rossi gets it down. Now it's one cannon Minion, Rossi, can he do it? He does it! They've saved the game for a bit, Nino's back up right now, RQ have used all their defenses. Now the base, targeted down. Udil respawning back in, splashing Skylar. Banana biting the mortality. RRQ holding on. RWM placed down onto Clay. That might be a bit too premature. Now there's another wave coming down, and Nino will have to clear it out.
No
Shielding
way.
to the end of the conceal.
No
One
way.
more dash forward. Nino gunning them down with a nature. And now Udil 1v4. The cannon minion is still there. The waves are there, but Udil, he will not go down without a fight. A fight that ultimately goes to RRQ.
The kingdom has its revenge and stopped the treason from the mask guys. Oh my goodness, what a match, what a series we have on our hands right now. Micro displays, macro displays, you name it, all of them. Beautiful plays, beautiful outplays, everything has it in this game.
What a match. Every single time RRQ and Alter Ego meet, whether it be in the grand finals of season 6, every single time in season 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and now even 12, they never fail to give us a show.
That was grand final quality, my guy. But Alter Ego, they failed to commit the pick-off, the commitment of Nino and Udil. Going alone, I guess, in that mid lane and caught.
Just no respect towards
Overzealousness, perhaps?
no respect towards Clade's damage, I think. And real preparation.
RRQ. Exactly, real RRQ. They were able to punish that, unfortunately for their side. And it is going to be the Kings of Kings finding their revenge here in leg 2. Take a look at Udil, man. This guy has passion.
So what is the pattern right now for Alter Ego? 5 losses in a row, 3 wins in a row, and right now they're on to 2 losses in their forehead, courtesy of the Kingdoms of RRQ. Without Sin is still in the bench. The request from Nino has not been fulfilled yet, but we still miss you, Bang Sin, in the pro scene. Skylar though, 2 bans, doesn't really matter. He still popped off with that Bruno.
I think that was just overzealousness from Udil and as well as Nino. They got it in the bag already. Take a look at the Kingdom, dude.
Yeah, they have it in the bag and just throw it away immediately. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but the fact that Irithel cannot cancel her basic attack already bites them in the back. We're gonna see here the interview for RRQ Rex Raccoon Keon.
Balas dendam yang berhasil dari tim RRQ. Terjadi begitu dramatis di match penutupan hari ini. Dan Kingdom semuanya bersorak-sorai, tapi pembalasan dendam kalian bisa berhasil sangat lancar. Memulai leg kedua ini dengan lawan yang bisa dibilang minggu lalu baru banget fresh play. Kalian ditumbangkan oleh mereka dan gimana kalian bisa secepat itu mungkin membaca permainan dari Alter Ego? Iya dong.
Ya kita lebih banyak. Oh mungkin hype-nya aja kali ya. Karena penontonnya banyak aja. Mungkin hype aja.
Dua-duanya jadi sama-sama nge-hype ya.
Ya.
Tapi banyak banget yang penasaran juga. Tadi di game ketiga ada momen yang sempat hilang. Bahkan caster juga bertanya-tanya ketika kalian berhasil untuk menculik Nino dan juga Udil. Ada yang bisa ceritain gak sih itu momennya gimana? Game 3. Naomi, can you tell us the moment that you pick off Udil and Nino on the last moment?
I don't really know why they working like this because I don't know. I just get irritated.
So how's the conversation between you and who is the other? Play.
Yeah.
Oh, berdua.
Berdua.
Terus gimana itu? Kalian berdua nggak? Kalau kata Nomi bingung kenapa itu berdua ada Udil dan juga Nino berjalan di tengah-tengah. Dan gimana komunikasinya tuh dari kalian?
Ya nggak tahu tiba-tiba dia jalan di tengah terus kata Nomi sini gua kick ya ikut aja.
Sini gua kick.
Iya.
Dan tadi 2 lawan 2 berarti?
Iya.
2 lawan 2. Dan mereka berhasil ngedapetin momen itu. Menurut kalian itu momen kalian bisa langsung comeback lagi nggak sih itu?
Harusnya bisa sih, soalnya di situ kan kita bisa langsung end game kan. Iya, mungkin di situ momennya.
Satu momen yang sangat menarik ya. Jadi kalian langsung dan terjadilah comeback di game yang ketiga. Kita ngeliat juga tadi Skylar akhirnya memainkan Bruno, abang Skylar.
Bruno
Abang,
M3.
ini Brunonya keluar lagi nih untuk lawan Alter Ego kah? Apakah Bruno sekarang memang udah bisa masuk ke MPL lagi nih?
Ya karena udah habis hero Bruno pilihannya.
4 hero di band.
Iya.
Gimana rasamu? Mungkin ini respect band untuk seorang Skylar ya?
Ya nggak ada rasanya sih.
Gak ada ya, tenang aja ya?
Iya,
Gak ada panik?
nggak ada.
Tapi merasa, oh ya udah aku akan di lock nih gitu, ada nggak? Ada rasa mungkin ketakutan atau kepanikan dari abang Skylar?
Nggak ada panik sih ya, gua walaupun tadi kan sempat Mino juga kan di atas ya, tetap gua lawan sih.
Lawan aja
Iya.
semuanya. Mau pakai Bruno, mau pakai Cloud, semuanya bisa. Dan dari RRQ mereka berperforma sangat luar biasa dan memukau. Tapi ada player yang menarik perhatian untuk semuanya. Player of the match. Dari 3 game yang berlangsung. Siapakah player of the match? Kingdom? Siapa? Skylar? Oh. Deden? Banyak sekali suara-suara, langsung saja kita cek bersama-sama. Player of the match untuk tim RRQ. Inilah dia, Deden from Bogor. Pakai Valentina, pakai segala macam. Dan sebagai kapten untuk leg yang kedua dan kamu juga harus berperforma di in game. Mungkin bisa diceritain gak sih gimana sebagai sosok kapten tapi bisa juga performanya tuh luar biasa, Den.
Gak tahu sih Bude, digendong Skylar tadi kita. Iya soalnya ya digendong Skylar aja sih.
Digendong Skylar?
Iya.
Gimana? Skylar ngegendongnya
Kayaknya ini
gimana sih?
settingan nih, salah ini harusnya Skylar nih.
Tapi Clay di sini loh. Kamu momen apalagi mungkin momen terakhir itu. Emang Skylar ngegendong Skylar tadi? Enggak.
Enggak
Gendong
katanya.
kan?
Gendong
Kalau
dia
kalian setuju,
Bruno.
Skylar?
Iya, Bruno M3 itu namanya.
Bruno M3 dipakai. Ini jadi membuka Bruno. Mungkin untuk besok-besok bakal jadi rapi Bruno karena kalian ya.
Semoga nggak di ban sih, kasihan dia nggak ada hero lagi.
Tadi udah 4 hero
Iya.
di band loh.
Hero-nya di ban semua kan tadi.
Jadi Deden, kamu lebih suka hero-mu yang di band apa hero-nya Skylar yang di band?
Hero Skylar aja deh.
Hero Skylar aja yang di band ya.
Iya betul.
Di band aja. Dan ini menarik tentu saja dari Persik.
Ya Bude.
Persik. Di game pertama bisa dibilang kamu hampir 100% mengamankan, bisa dibilang sering banget kontes dari objektif. Dan hari ini spesial, Persik ulang tahun hari ini ya. Persik hari ini ulang tahun.
Ya Bude.
Bermain di saat ulang tahun. Bagaimana Persik?
Alhamdulillah.
Dapat berkah.
Hah?
Dapat berkah.
Ya udah dapat berkah Bude.
Alhamdulillah dapat berkah. Seneng gak sih dirayain langsung sama MPL Arena?
Apa?
Seneng gak dirayain semua MPL Arena?
Wah seru banget.
Seru banget, tapi kalau pertandingan tadi gimana? Seru gak?
Wah lebih seru lagi sih.
Melawan Celi Boy, beradu retri bersama Celi Boy di leg yang kedua. Apakah berbeda dengan leg yang pertama?
Sama aja dimanjain gitu sama Rasinya.
Kamu gak minta dimanjain sama Naomi?
Udah mandiri sih.
Oh, Persik sudah mandiri. Tapi udah puas dong dengan 2-1 melawan Alter Ego di leg kedua atau masih ada yang kurang nih?
Kurang puas sih Bude karena 2-1 harusnya 2-0.
Mantap ya, kepengin. Dan ini bisa dibilang 3 match sebelum ini mereka dikalahkan oleh Alter Ego, tapi akhirnya kalian membreakdown, mempecahkan lustri kalian terhadap